domain. That's what it's called. It's called eminent domain. That's what it's called. In order for us as a culture of African Americans, what suggestions would you have to get African Americans in the communities to support another Black business? Because definitely that don't happen. That's just clearly Black on Black discrimination for whatever reason it may be.
I have no answer for that because it's somehow another throughout generations, throughout centuries. It never worked.
It never worked.
No.
So
because we won't
would you
help
say
it.
there's no solution?
There probably is, but it's not here yet. You can think about it and talk about it all day, but we as a people will not do it. We will not come together. We too busy fighting each other, killing each other, robbing and taking from each other that the white man says, okay, you helping us out. We don't help each other.
I agree with you, but I'm saying to you, what solution or suggestion of a solution would you have? And now I'm not saying like, oh, start it on a large scale. It has to start small.
On a small scale, yes.
It has to start on a small scale. So what suggestion would you have for us as a culture of people to start supporting each other?
Really? First of all, talk with each other about certain, businesses or helping each other. The crime rate is ridiculous.
No, we're not going to talk
I know that, but see, the point is
thanks for tuning in.
helping each other in certain ways.
Okay.
Having respect for each other in certain ways.
No, having respect for each other and having respect for themselves in all ways. Why gotta be certain ways?
Because everything is certain. There's certain ways that everybody has their own certain ways.
Okay. Keep on.
Sharing information.
Blacks don't like sharing information.
Thank you. So
Sorry.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Sharing. Okay, the whites do it. Chinese, all of them share information. Blacks won't share it, and if they do, they'll take you under.
Yes.
And throw it back in your face.
Yes.
Okay, so that's where we need to start. Understanding and sharing, helping each other grow. Like the white people, the Italians, the Africans, the Jamaicans, the Russians, the Indians, the Chinese, the Japanese, the Koreans, they're all coming over here.
Mm-hmm.
They're all coming over here to get better. But instead, we are getting knocked out, down, lower and lower and lower.
Pause a minute. Not because they're doing it. It's because we as a culture of people is doing it to ourselves.
And we helping them along.
How do you figure we helping them along?
We don't help each other, do we? Instead, we run into them talking about the other brother and sister.
We don't help each other because of greed,
selfishness, pettiness,
envy. We don't help each other. We as a culture of people fit right in to all seven deadly sins.
Yes.
Not saying that other cultures don't, but we as a culture of people, greed is at the top of the list.
We live it forward.
Envy is second on the list because we as a culture of people, as a culture, as a nation of people, can't seem to get together and pull it together. And the thing about it is, as African American, as a culture of African American people, we are very powerful if we could just pull it together.
We should be very powerful.
I said we are very powerful if we can just pull it together as a race of people. as a race. But keep this in mind too. You have Africans from Africa who don't like Black Americans.
Jamaicans, same thing.
No, I'm gonna stick with Africans from Africa.
Okay.
I'm not talking about Jamaicans.
From Jamaica.
I'm not talking about Haitians.
From Hades.
Wait a minute. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the ones that are directly from Ghana, Kenya,
Nigeria.
They can't stand our little black asses.
I know. I've worked with them, quite a few of them.
Did they ever tell you why they don't like us?
They say we're lazy. We're spoiled.
As a race of people,
As
right?
a race of people, we're lazy, we spoiled, we get everything. Really? Then why'd you come over here?
So they can get it too.
Okay. So we're lazy. But once you got here, what did you do?
They worked. They worked.
Yeah, and they put who down?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, okay, it doesn't matter.
The reason why I say it doesn't matter because you have a culture of people that's looking at us that says, okay, y'all people over here are lazy, y'all don't want to work, y'all
we won't help each other.
Y'all don't want to help
we
each other.
killing each other.
We have all these other cultures that are looking at us and they're saying, and they watch.
Yes.
They watch us
and laugh.
Do whatever, but can you really blame them for what they see and expressing what they see, and we're the ones that are actually doing it?
Of the majority,
can you blame them?
The majority, I say no, but it's a lot. It's a lot of African American men and women out here that are on the real.
They are on the real, and you do have a small percentage as a culture of people. You do have this small percentage who do help each other, who do look out for each other,
small.
Who are B2B, business to business, that will support. But as a culture,
no.
And
that's why a lot of other cultures are coming over here looking down on us.
But the thing is, does it matter that they look down on us? And the reason why I say that is, does it matter that they look down on us and we're causing it? We're the cause of it. So if they look down on us, we don't have nobody to blame but the culture of people that's causing it. And that's us as a race of people.
Yes.
So does it matter that they look down on us?
As far as they're concerned, no. But as far as
we're concerned,
there should be.
Why? And we're causing it as a race
it should matter to us.
Why?
Look at what's happening
to us.
We damn near distinct.
Oh no, we're not. It's too many of us.
Really, it's too, and a hell of a lot of them are behind bars.
Okay, a hell of a lot of
them are strung out.
Okay, but whose fault is that?
Their own. Because why? They looking for help in the wrong places, or somebody helps them to go where they shouldn't be going.
Okay.
Instead of helping them up, they knock them down. It's like climbing the wall. You got somebody on your legs. Instead of pushing you up, they pulling you down. You climbing a tree, the same thing.
I agree, but I also feel like this. If you're trying to climb up the ladder, whether it's a corporate ladder, an entrepreneur ladder, a worker bee ladder, a freaking ladder, and you have somebody that is trying to pull you down, you don't need them. Eliminate them out of the equation. They are no longer a factor in what you're trying to do.
Until the next one.
Eliminate them.
And then the next one.
I don't give a shit. Eliminate them. If somebody is trying to pull you down and you can't get to where you want to get to, and you have individuals that's telling you, nah, man, no, sister, that's not going to work. Don't try that. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. You don't need them because they're pulling you down. Why have luggage that's pulling you down and you can do bad all by your freaking self? Get away. Remove them. Get them out your air, get them out your space, because you don't need them. And guess what? When you do make it and you are successful, they're going to be watching. Laugh your ass to the fucking back. And that's how I feel about those individuals.
And the ones that get up there to that 10% or whatever, are you going to pull somebody up to help them?
Some of them do.
And a lot of them won't.
Okay, but the ones I know do, did. They were average, everyday people. They saw an opportunity. They bust their ass to make it. They became successful. But when they did, they also pulled other people up with them that wanted to come. You have companies that are modeled on that. You have companies that if you don't help the next person, you don't make it either. There is no discrimination in those type models of a company. I'm not talking about a private company. I'm not talking about a corporate company. And those individuals that work in that particular type model, they have to help the next person.
No, they don't have to help.
With this particular model, they cannot discriminate because this model is based on that.
There's a loophole in there somewhere.
There isn't.
There always is.
No, see, you know what? You're thinking corporate America. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Think outside the box for a minute, because there are companies that have that no discriminatory policy. Don't give a crap about age, race, color, disabilities. Doesn't even matter. If you follow the concept of certain companies,
The
guidelines, you have to help this person make it. You have to help them. If you don't help them, guess what? Nobody is going to be successful. That's the model of some of these companies.
And it's based on the individual.
The individual has to want it, yes.
Thank you. Has to want it.
The individual, but that goes with anything.
Yes, they do. And a lot of them don't.
Okay, this is my suggestion. Okay, as far as discrimination, this is my suggestion.
You doing your dance?
Yes. All right, this is my suggestion. It may not end discrimination, but when it comes to black on black discrimination, my suggestion is this. Start in your own community. Start in your own community. I don't create a workshop and talk about it. You have to plant seeds in order for them to harvest. If you plant the seeds, they will harvest during harvest time. But if no seeds are planted, there will be no harvest and won't nobody eat.
And it seems like that's going on right now.
But it has to start somewhere. If someone wanted to make a change, start with you, goddammit.
Ooh.
It is what it is. Instead of, like, you have a lot of people that says, you know what, we don't support each other. What the hell is you doing? Take a look in the goddamn mirror. What are you doing? It has to start with you. If it's one thing to say we don't support each other, that's true. We freaking don't. But what are you doing?
I'm supportive.
Not you directly, but I'm saying.
Okay.
But I'm saying, for people that feel that way, what are you doing?
It's
not
like
saying that you, and it doesn't always have to be monetary. Supporting another brother, another sister, another black family, it doesn't always have to be monetary.
No, it's just like this radio station.
What about this radio station?
Support.
Yeah, well, we're
Okay.
not going to talk about that
No, we're not.
because it has nothing to do with discrimination.
No, really?
No, we're going to stay out of that.
Okay.
We're not
It's
doing
all
that.
different kinds of
No,
discrimination.
we're not
But I'm
doing
saying,
that.
no, but we as a people need to come together and support each other. We really need to start doing that. Because
Okay,
other than that, what are we doing?
you have
We
people,
hurting each other and ourselves.
and you have those, and do they care?
A
No,
lot of them know, and a lot of people,
they
I
don't.
care.
They
You
don't.
care.
I care, you care, and it's certain individuals, and I like that do care. Now I'm gonna present something to you. You reached out to some brothers about something, right?
Yes.
They see it. What? Yes.
They said yes.
Did they show through?
No.
There you go. There you go.
But I'm still trying.
And you do keep trying, and you don't give up.
No.
But don't ask them no more.
I didn't.
Because you
And I
know
have.
what? When that comes to nutrition, they're gonna be standing on the sidelines. Let them stand there and wait because they had the opportunity.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna finish off the levels of discrimination. Try not to interrupt until I ask you, okay? Here we go. Avoidance.
Oh, you're talking to me.
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
That won't happen.
Avoidance is a level of discrimination. Avoidance is you have a person that is prejudiced and they will go out of their way
To avoid you.
to avoid the person or the race of people that they are prejudiced against. Now, I've experienced that, and I'm sure people in Facebook land and people in audio land have experienced the same thing. Number 3 is exclusion. You shook your head. Yes, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you said exclusion. I said
Yeah.
exclusion, so you was gonna say something?
No, I wasn't. I was just agreeing with you because of the fact a lot of people are excluded from certain things due to discrimination.
Yes, it could be job,
Yeah.
it could be education,
Social.
social organizations. Social organizations where if you are of a gender or sexual orientation, you may be excluded because of that. Number 4 is physical abuse. And number 5 is extermination. Now, let's talk about extermination because that is number 5 on the levels of discrimination. And you have dictators who feel as though a race of people is very inferior and they totally discriminate against them. So what they do is they purge them all into this one central location to exterminate the entire group of people. And they do that by race. Now, if you're thinking what I'm thinking, you had Stalin in 1930s, and you had the Nazis with Hitler's ass in 1940 and what he did with the Jews. Now, some people may say, well, Carol, what about us as a culture and people? We went through slavery. We was gathered up and shipped over here. Well, that can be included too. But was we exterminated like them other races? They let our little black asses live and made slaves out of us. You had house slaves and you had field slaves.
And the house slave was, yes, sir, master, as we sick.
Levels.
But then he was looking down.
Whoa. Wait. We're not getting into that. I just mentioned that because it is a level of discrimination as far as purging people and exterminating the entire race.
What's going on today?
Name a race that's been exterminated.
African Americans.
How?
We are exterminating each other. We are
No.
exterminating.
That's different.
Okay, and they still got us bottled up in one certain section.
How do you
Really?
Are you saying that we as a race of people cannot choose where we want to live?
We can choose.
Okay.
We can choose. Does that mean we'll get there?
That's an exclusion. That's not extermination.
Extermination is we are bottled up in one little certain area.
What area is that?
North Philly?
People choose to live in North Philly.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. West Philly?
People choose to live in what? I don't care what part of the city you live in. You choose to live in.
Really?
Okay. Do you choose to live where you live?
Right now?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What group of people is living someplace as a race of people and they have them in one central location and they are exterminating them?
It's something about the politics and real estate and all of that.
Why you gotta go there? Can you just stick with discrimination?
I am trying to.
Okay, go
I
ahead.
was just trying to make an explanation.
What's the
But
explanation?
never mind. Okay. Damn.
What's that?
Never mind. No.
Mr. C,
No.
just listen. Extermination with this level here, extermination is this. You purge people in one area for the purpose of killing them, literally killing them, period. What you describe is exclusion, which is different. That's the fourth level of discrimination, exclusion. What you described was exclusion, not extermination. Not unless you could give me an example of a race of people that have been put and purged in an area to be killed, other than the two that I mentioned. Actually, there's another one because there was Black concentration camps. I had did a segment on the Women's Closet TV show on Black concentration camps, and that's something that hardly anybody do not know about. But there were definitely, if anybody check it out in the history, there's definitely Black concentration camps.
Well, they're probably still going on too.
No,
Undercover.
they're not.
Hmm.
I do diligently do my research.
You do diligently.
I do my due diligence.
You do diligence.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right.
I do.
Say that
I
10
do.
times fast.
Due diligence, 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 due diligence.
You stopped at 7.
Whatever. Moving on. I understand what you're saying, but as far as I'm gonna say this, you went into and you started to go into real estate. I think I know what you was gonna say as far as real estate. That back then was called predatory lending because you had people who were dream house. They pick a certain area to live in, and they were told you can't live in that area. I'm gonna look for you for a house in this area. So in that respect, I can understand what you're saying, but that is still exclusion, not extermination. Okay, that's all I'm trying to say here. You okay with that?
Mm-hmm. I think.
All right, you think? Let me hear from you.
No.
Remember, you don't really. Let me hear from you. Are you not going to do this?
I'll do it, but I mean,
Okay, all right.
you got the front line.
No, I
Because
don't.
yeah, because we are slowly but surely being exterminated.
if we, you know what, that's a different topic because that has nothing to do with discrimination. Okay, you think you do? Help me out here. Help me see what you see. Go. Let me see what you see.
What I see is like we slowly being exterminated.
How?
Within the last couple of years, how many people have got killed by police officers and
We
by
not going
blacks?
there.
Okay, but that's discrimination also. That's execution. We're not going there. It's a lot of things you don't want to touch and saying we're not going there, but that's not discrimination or
That's because I
that's
want to stick with the topic.
I'm trying to stick with the topic, I think.
How do you figure? Okay, you brought up police
And then
brutality.
extermination.
I'm gonna try this one time, Mr. C.
Okay.
Extermination is when you purge the people into one area and you literally kill them. Literally kill them.
Come on, you got questions and answers on there. Go for it.
No, I don't. I don't.
Nobody making comments?
No.
Or they just listening?
Yeah, they listen. If y'all have anything that y'all want to say, anything that you want to add, anything that you want to comment, just type it in or request to come in on my live stream and speak up. Say what you want to say. Speak up. If you're in audio land, give us a call at 215-909-6070. 215-909-6070.
Your conversation and your opinion does matter to
It
us.
does. It
You know,
does.
we will listen and take heed of what you're saying, but
If you
come on,
have,
call in and respond to this. We need help on this one.
if you have suggestions on how, hi Isaiah, thanks for tuning in. If you have suggestions on how we as a culture of people can start supporting each other, call in, type it in, or I bring you in on my live stream. It is what it is because there is black on black discrimination as well as cultural discrimination. Cultural discrimination, it is what it is. We really can't do anything about that because those other cultures is going to feel whatever way they want to feel anyway.
Yeah, well, we catching it on both ends.
Yeah, we are catching it on both ends. We're catching it on both ends from our people as well as we're catching it on the other end from other cultures. But we might not can't change other cultures, but we could definitely start with us.
Exactly. My point, yes, we can. So y'all come on and participate, call in and let's come up with some ideas on what we can do as a culture to get ourselves together. We weren't always like this.
No, but
As the generations grown, so have we grown apart,
jealousy, envy, and greed.
pretty much.
If people can
And a lot
stop
of it in
being
directions.
jealous of each other, greedy with or of each other, envious of one another, that's a start.
Yes.
That's a start. Mainly jealousy and envy. There's no reason to be jealous of anyone, envious of anyone, because if someone has something that you want, you don't want to say, you know what, I'm not going to support that business. I'm gonna just go over here to the Caucasian store. I'm gonna go over here to the Asian store. I'm gonna go over here to the Latino store. Well, Latinos, they're blacks to me, so it doesn't really matter to them.
Yeah, they are blacks to you, but they don't treat us like we treat them.
What you mean by that?
They are discriminating on us too.
Really?
Yes, really.
We had an experience.
Trust me. Yes. I'm not going into detail because
I'm not going to ask you, but
Nobody.
would you say that for a whole race? of Latino people, I won't.
A whole, not a whole, a hell of a lot of them. It's like, okay, you got some Chinese people that are cool, like you said, that are cool. You got all races that are some cool people in it. But the majority of them, no.
I disagree with you on that.
Okay, then go ahead.
I really do.
Then go ahead.
Based on my experience with Latinos, I have a lot of Latino friends. I'm not going there with you.
See.
I do.
Okay, you have a lot of them.
I have a lot of Latino friends, and I have Latino family. So I can't say that because I have Puerto Ricans and Dominicans family.
Yeah, okay, but that's only a part of it. What about the rest of it?
What about?
A lot of them don't like you. There's a lot of people, a lot of Hispanics or whatever, that don't like you because of your race.
They're just as black as we are.
You think?
No, really.
Okay, they are just as black as we are.
Say that. But wait a minute. I don't want you to misunderstand what I'm saying. When I say that they're just as black as we are, I have Puerto Ricans in my family that are darker than me.
Okay.
So how can they be prejudiced against me and they darker than me?
That's in your family.
Yes.
Okay, what about the people that are not in your family?
That's why I said what I said.
Moving right along.
All right. Okay. I don't get it with you. You know what? You're listening to Let's Talk with Carolyn. Monday night. Hot topics, cultural discrimination, and also black on black discrimination and black on black crime. We'll be back with part 2 after this.
Have you gotten any responses at all?
They watching. Hi Isaiah. Hi Ricardo. Hi Dana. Hi Mr. CEO. Hi Robert. Hi Tyrone. Hi Nana. Hi Diva. Diva, thank you for tuning in because I know that you need your rest. Thank you. Thanks Marlo. Thanks Mayo. Thanks Tyrone. Thanks Kelly. Thanks Joshua. If you have not already shared, please share.
And come on with your comments or your thoughts or your opinion. This is an open mic. Y'all come on in and talk with us. That's how we get places because we need to talk to each other about your opinion about, you know, if we saying something wrong or if you agree with us or disagree. That's how we can talk and make things a little better by agreeing to disagree, or we can have a conversation to work things out. Communication. Everybody's saying, everybody always saying, we need to communicate. We need to communicate more. Marriages, we need to communicate. Communicate with who? We got to communicate with each other.
I agree.
The first line of defense is communication. We got to find out how we can solve this, where we going from here, or what direction are we going. And all of us, we need help in that direction. We need to help each other get to that point. Instead of pulling us down, let's walk together. Only when something tragic happens, we get together.
Or, that's not the only time. When time came, I got to bring this up. When time came to vote for a black president, they did. They did.
Yeah, and look what happened.
He served.
Yeah, he served 2 terms.
Yes.
And the whole time they were shooting him down with everything they could.
And you know what? They miss him today.
But now look what they're doing. They helping him. They're helping. What'd you call him?
Well, Uncle Donnie.
Okay.
Uncle Dickie.
Okay. They helping him with everything. And yeah, he want to start a nuclear war. And all Americans damn near saying, impeach him. He don't know what he's doing up in there
Why we have this conversation?
because it's still the same thing, discrimination.
It is discrimination. Right?
Okay. They was beating Obama to hell. And what are they doing with Donald Trump? Uncle Danny, Uncle Donald.
Yeah.
This is a rough topic, isn't it?
It's
Debatable.
It's a debatable topic that has solutions, but it would start
With us.
with us, with those that want to
That
make the change.
yes. And here is me being on the radio with you. Yes, I would love to help make a change. I really would.
Thank you for the right love.
We
Thank
have
you,
to
thank
find a
you.
way to do it, but I would love to help make a change, even through broadcasting. And the topic that we have in now, even though we have a voice, it may not be that loud, but it could get louder if we helped each other because we have a voice and we can put it out there about how we can help or what we can do to make a change to help ourselves. Not being selfish, but to help ourselves grow and get better at what we should be, where we should be by today's society.
I agree.
We shouldn't be living in poverty like this.
That's
We
true.
should be up running. We should, like, we had a black president. We should have more. We should have a black governor. We had what? We had two black mayors, two.
True.
Okay. We made a touch on history, but that's it. Don't stop there. Let's keep going. We got to help each other get out of this hole.
Yeah, but remember when we went to I think it was Harambe, and we went to go see the brothers, and they tried to recruit us.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Did you hear what one of them said? A question was asked. Well, did you reach out to? And I'm not gonna say no names, but it was asked. Did you reach out to so and so? And they kept asking them, did you reach out to so and so? And those brothers clearly said, we're not going to wait on any politicians. We're going to do it ourselves.
Yeah.
That's why we're here, and this is what we're doing. So I agree with that when it comes to this. Don't wait on politicians to act on something that's on a local level, because you may be waiting years for black people to get it together because you already waited centuries and decades for them to get it together. You understand what I'm
Yes,
saying?
and that's what I'm saying. We can use this format to start. At least put a crumb in it just to get it started, or put a what you say, put a
I said plant a seed,
yeah,
put it to harvest.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
You're
plant a
messing
seed.
up my cliche.
Yeah, okay.
But it's a true
Just to
cliche.
feed, a crumb will feed something.
Welcome back, everybody. You're listening to Carolyn. Let's talk of Carolyn and Mr. C. And tonight's topic is on cultural discrimination, black on black discrimination, and we'll be getting into part 2 in a minute on black crime. While we was on break, we was talking about starting small, starting with you for those that are interested and want to make a change. Can you not do that, please? Please don't do that. That's not kosher.
Look, just go ahead.
Mr. C is in the studio acting up.
I'm still celebrating your birthday.
Stop celebrating my birthday. My birthday's over. It started on a Thursday. My birthday was actually on a Saturday. And it ended yesterday.
With a bang. Okay, go ahead.
All right, so I'm gonna say this about cultural discrimination. Leave it where it is, because it can't be changed. If you have friends, and the reason why I say that, because you may have friends in other cultures, but as a race of those individuals, what can we do as a culture of black people? First, we have to start with us. before we even reach out to other cultures and say, you know what, we have a solution about this wall, this divide thing, this discrimination thing, because other cultures is always going to discriminate against us, especially white cultures.
And like
And the
Sam,
reason why I say it is because everybody knows that it starts when they're kids. It starts when they're little kids. Don't no little kid grow up to be calling another kid the N word. They had to learn that from home.
yes.
Okay. So before we could start with other cultures, we need to start with us as a race of people. We have to stop discriminating against our own people in order for other cultures to even recognize it.
And that's what this format is about.
Yeah, it is.
If we can reach out to our brothers and sisters to help each other and help us to help each other.
Yeah, well,
And we on the radio, so it's like this is a start to put it out there. Now, whoever participates, whoever want to join us in helping, then come with it. But other than that, we just blowing hot air through the radio.
you mean through the mic?
Yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I wouldn't say that it's blowing hot air through the mic because we don't know who we've reached with this topic.
Well, if
And
we
wait,
reach
hold on.
anybody, then tune in. I mean,
Hold on.
call in or
Hold on.
sign up or ask your questions or give answers or whatever.
That's
This
how
is
come
where
I
we
say
start. That's how come you say what?
you finished.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. No.
You done?
Mm-hmm.
You done?
Mm-hmm.
Can I finish?
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's how come I say that I wouldn't say we just blowing hot air into a mic with this topic, because even though Facebook land, they may not be saying nothing, but they're listening. That listening is a start. Radio audience, they may not be calling in, but they're listening. That's a start. They may not even call us, type in nothing. They may take it to their community. We may never know about it. Even if we just reach one person with this topic on having or stopping or reducing the black on black discrimination, it's a start with one person in whatever community it may be in, whatever city it may be in, whatever state it may be in, whatever country it may be in. Because you think we have black on black crime here, there's black on black crime in Africa every day that is worse because they have civil wars. Civil wars where they totally discriminate against their own people to include starve them and kill them. So we may not even know about some of the solutions that people may come up with, but it's a start. And if it's something that you want to deal with, Mr. C, the window is always open. The window's always open.
I know. Now I just gotta pull up the shades.
And you're going to pull them up.
I am.
Yes,
Oh,
you
trust
will.
me, I am.
You have anything you want to say on that topic before we move on to the next?
No, go to the next.
All right, cool. So,
oh my God, you are something else.
all right, so there was this I don't know if y'all seen it, but this happened in Missouri, and it happened yesterday. Y'all may have seen it, maybe you seen it or you didn't see it, but there was a police officer that got shot. He was, I believe, answering a call, and it was over a bad check. Y'all can check the story out, over a bad check. And the guy shot the police officer in public. There was 3 women, and I posted this on my Facebook, so y'all probably have seen it. Now, if you went on my Facebook page and you saw it, click on uncover, because they did cover it because it is graphic. But you got to click on uncover to see the whole video. And it was these 3 women that were helping. You could see the police officer on the floor because he got shot.
Wow.
And it was these 3 women that helped him and stayed with him. One was doing the recording, and the other 2 was on the floor with him, telling him, no, floor, not ground, floor.
He was inside a building.
He was inside of a building.
Oh.
This was in a store. And one of the women took his radio, and you could hear it like, put that radio back. But she used his radio to call in for help. When the other officers got there, this is going to lead to somewhere, but I gotta tell you the story first. Thanks, Chuck, for tuning in. When the other officers got there, the 2 women stepped aside because they stayed with him until the officers got there. When they turned the officer over, that's when the officer died. And then one of the officers started doing CPR, trying to bring him back, but he couldn't bring him back. So the people that posted this video, it's called Black Rebel or something. People that posted the video, it was this one guy. Like, everybody was typing in the comments, blessings and prayers up to the women that stayed with the police officer and helped them. Prayers up to the officer's family and the officers that did try to help. But it was this one freaking guy who got ignorant. And he said, I don't mean to be starting anything, but y'all are having and saying all these sayings about the loss of this officer's life and how these women helped the officer until other officers came to help. But nobody is talking about when the police officers are out here killing our people. This person that typed that caught a lot of flack, a whole lot of flack. And if you're on my Facebook page, you can read all the comments about what was said. One of the comments was, there is no such thing as black on black crime. There is no such thing as black. Why this person typed that, I don't know, because it had nothing to do with anything. But it was a female, and she typed, there's no such, I think it's an ignorant thing. There's no such thing as black on black crime. Hi, Diligence, little badass. Badass is on here. I disagree with that statement. But then when I read that, I was like, she's wrong. Because we got black on black crime every day, all day. However, when it comes to white America believes we as black people don't discuss black on black crime, which we do. But in white America eyes, we never discuss black on black crime. And it dates all the way back to this woman who was an archaeologist way back, why it is never mentioned. And this woman's name was Grandmama. And what she said was, it's none of their damn business. That's in history. And this is why white people, white America, feel as though we never discuss black on black crime. Now, I'm going to say I disagree with and the person that typed this was a sister. I disagree with her. And hopefully, if she's paying attention, she'll pay attention to her surroundings because this is where I got 7 minutes. This is where
That's Aunt Thomasina.
okay, this is where we do pay attention to black on black crime. If we did not pay attention to black on black crime, here are communities that have tried to do something, are doing something, that are active in doing something and trying to reduce black on black crime.
These outreach programs.
Neighborhoods and cities across America, activists, movements that's dedicated to reducing black on black crime and black violence. So those are, remember the group Stop the Violence?
Yes.
Stop the Violence, the Unity Rallies, the Peace Picnics. Remember the Scared Straight program that used to come on TV?
Yeah.
And they took it off?
They took it off, yeah.
Scared Straight, the gang counseling, which reminds me that recently the Bloods and Crips have merged to. Hello? Hello? That better be the CEO with a key. Oh, okay. That is.
Yeah, we was getting ready to rock boots.
Yeah, we was because we saw the door not turning. We ain't hear no voice and nobody came in.
We still on the air?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the Bloods and the Crips have merged together to help stop the black on black crime. Next is the neighborhood watchers, the intervention specialists, and the youth counselors. So all those organizations in the communities and in the cities is paying attention to black on black crime. It is being discussed.
Whatever happened to those angels? What was they? The one that had the red berets?
The red berets. They're still out there, but they're not as big as they used to be.
Yeah.
Guardian
angels.
Yeah, they're still out there, but they're not out there as big as they used to be, but they are definitely still out there. So this is what I have to say to the person who feels as though there is no black on black crime, or it is not discussed. Black on black crime is not discussed. It is discussed. You have a lot of organizations that are out here that are waking people up to help reduce black on black crime and having programs for the young up to the adults and waking them up and involving them in positive workshops so that crime can be reduced. And also some organizations have went to the political arena to help reduce the sale of guns illegally. You have something you want to say?
You keep going.
No, you got something to say?
Keep going.
Okay. So that's what I wanted to say. Mr. C, you want to add? I'm going to add because our time is up.
Like I said, we can't do this alone. So we're reaching out to you from the radios to the TVs or just by flyers or anything. Let's come together and help each other and stop this. We need to stop this because it's happening to too many young kids and not even living long enough to get out their teens. This has got to stop. This has really got to stop. And we need to get together and find a way to stop this. So through the radio, love you. Thanks for joining and talking with us. Tune in next week. We have something else coming up. Lord have mercy, Jesus. So come on, talk with us, share with us, and share with your people, share with the groups, share with your friends, even share with the friends that you don't know. Share with everybody. Just come listen to us. Support us, we support you. Help us, we help you. Thank you.
I'm going to take the time out. Y'all know what I do. This is what I do when I go off. Thanks, Mayo. Thanks, Badass. Thanks, Chuck. Thanks, Joshua. Thanks, Isaiah. Thanks, Ricardo. Thanks, Dana. Thanks, Mr. CEO. Thanks, Robert. Thanks, Tyrone. Thanks, Nana. Thanks, Diva. Thanks, Mr. Howell. Thank you, Tyrone. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Joshua. Thank you all for tuning into this live stream on Let's Talk with Carolyn on Sador Radio. Tune in next Monday. I'd like to take the time out. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Take care, everybody. Good night.
Deuces.
Radio Land. Thank you for tuning in to Let's Talk with Carolyn and Mr. C on SadorRadio.com. Tune in every Monday, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Tune in 8 to 10 p.m. The person that's coming up next is a lovely lady by the name of Miss Tanea. Tanea, say hi. You're coming in.
Hi, everybody.
Stay tuned, everybody. Tanea is coming up. It's called Let's Talk with Tanea?
Talking with Tanea.
Talking with Tanea is coming up. It's her time. And I am signing off. Take care, everybody. Good night.
Deuces. Go ahead, do your dance.
YouTube and in the cloud. If you're catching this on the replay, I want you to type in replay. YouTube, I want you to share with your friends and subscribe to the channel. Type in your comments if you have any on the topic that we mentioned. Take care, everybody. Good night. Take care, everybody in the cloud. Good night.
Deuces. Screen off. There's gonna be a camera outside.